get a lot of like social anxiety. Like I'm a pretty outgoing person, but like if I'm around people that I don't know, I get like pretty anxious about being like that. And some stresses for school and stuff, I get a lot of anxiety that way. And the way that I handle anxiety is I like to work out a lot and I go for runs and stuff, and it helps me relieve that and be able to kind of go about my day.
Yeah, I've dealt with anxiety, but I just bottle it up until it just comes out. But I have my times when I let it out.
I have never personally dealt with anxiety because I really do not care what people think about me or say about me.
So I deal with anxiety because I'm in golf and school, and it's kind of a lot to deal with. So on the weekends, I usually try to let my mind go. A good thing that helps me is just watching different movies and playing games, and it helps my mind wander, if that makes sense. And also drawing is a really good way to let your mind roam.
I deal with anxiety, and how I deal with like stress of work building over time is I'll try to pace myself and take a lot of breaks. That way I'm not like overwhelming myself with work. And like if it ever gets too much, I just try not to worry about it and like just do something else. And I'll tell myself I'll get it done later. And then I usually do, but sometimes I don't.
So the way I dealt with my anxiety is I just maybe listen to music or draw or just push it at the back of my head and continue.
Whenever I feel really anxious, I usually try and listen to music and it helps calm me down, or I talk to my friends and family.
Yes, I do have anxiety, and something that'll calm me down and like relax me is just stepping away, taking a few deep breaths, watch YouTube videos, and read a book, and try my best not to think about whatever was giving me anxiety.
I deal with anxiety sometimes, but the thing that really gets me through it is just knowing that it will eventually end. So just by realizing that it's not forever and that things pass with time, that just helps me a lot.
So I definitely deal with a lot of anxiety just about school and life in general, especially grades, you know, being a junior in high school and all. But I think that like the biggest help with my anxiety would probably be like just reading, like delving into my Bible every day, like either morning or night, whenever time I have, even if it's just like a single verse. It really helps knowing that the reassurance from the Lord, you know.
Some things I do to help with my anxiety is I go to therapy, and it's great to talk to people about it. And if I don't have time for that, I'll go reach out to my friends or listen to music and just talk about life and laugh. It's really helpful.
So everyone deals with anxiety, if it's from social anxiety or test anxiety, but there's a verse in the Bible that really stood out to me from Philippians 4, verse 6. It's, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." So this verse to me means through any anxiety you may be dealing with, to always look to prayer and don't let the anxiety overcome you. And don't forget that you can go to God and you can pray, and He'll answer your prayers. Some things I've dealt with anxiety about could be testing. I get really anxious during tests. In fact, in my college essay, I put in that I get really bad anxiety during tests. And social anxiety. Sometimes when I'm around crowds of people that I'm not familiar with, I may get really quiet and anxious, unlike when I'm around people that I are really familiar with, or even just like cheer tryouts or just things that make me feel anxious. But things that help me deal with that are listening to music. I like drawing, being around things that I'm familiar with, like around theater. I really seem to relax there, or even watching a movie or YouTube just to kind of get my mind off things. But comment down below things that you may get anxiety about and how you handle that, because it could help someone else out. And comment a verse that you may help you when you're dealing with anxiety or that you look to. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow our Instagram, TikTok at Church of Champions Houston, and subscribe to the YouTube. If you have any stories you'd like to share, topics you'd want me to talk about, comment down below. Thank you. Have a great rest of your week.